I have a question for that vegan teacher. Yes, and I know who she is, and I'm aware of what she does. So if you don't know who she is, well, I mean, look her up on Google. I mean, I can't tell you. But yeah, I know who you are and what you're capable of. And I just have one question for you. What childhood trauma did you experience to make you think that what you've been doing on the internet for these past few days are okay? Like, why? Okay, just let me explain. Let me explain the problems you have with the world. No, the problems I have with you. Okay, so I know I'm always passive. I'm always just chill, but no, this time I'm just showing a bit of anger today. Because, well, yes, I have that question. So recently you've been banned on TikTok for ethical reasons, for your unethical videos you've been doing on there. And I gotta say, you've been a bad example of veganism. A bad example. And I say bad example because, well, you're not really proving that vegans are, like, passive people. You're just making them out to look aggressive. Like, you make people scared of vegans. You make people scared of vegans actually existing. You're the problem of this world that can't be solved at this point. Like, you make veganism look really bad because of the things you do and the things you say. It just makes vegans in general, it just makes them look, I just don't like vegans that much. And I've had a vegan girlfriend. Okay, I've had a vegan girlfriend, and let me tell you this. It didn't work out that much because, well, she was just too much, man. She was just too much. So what was your point there, saying that Tommy should get a vegan girlfriend, when all they ever do is talk about and complain to people about how they eat and how they should change their diet? People are out here with health conditions, lady. You don't know what they go through. My brother has a health problem. Well, I mean, not a health problem, but just an eating problem in general. He only eats certain meats and chips and everything. And all you can ever complain about is people eating the animals you so love. It's just not good for vegans at all to be complaining that much. At least try to support us in our choices. You don't have to go out of your way to just convert people into veganism and then compare it to just anything you could get your grubby little hands on. Like, no, you can't, Katie. You cannot. You cannot, Katie. Jesus Christ. I expected this from someone with Karen in their middle name. Like, I expected this from just you. Not everything you do will always help people and convert them. Everything you say, most of the things you just say at this point, they're just, no. You can't save the world via this. You can't save the world. You can't save the world like this. Now, I know you probably had some childhood trauma experiences that made you do this in the first place, which I'm pretty sure that it's a high chance that's the case. I'm concerned for you. No, I'm not concerned. I'm angry with you. You've been saying things that aren't true. You've been putting false facts into the internet as if it was okay, only just to convert people to veganism. And I don't have and look, let me be honest. I don't have a problem with vegans. I don't have a problem with veganism. I think that avoiding eating meat is okay. I think that avoiding eating meat is fine. But I still eat meat anyway. Okay? I feel bad for eating meat every time I eat a piece of chicken. That was good. I feel bad. But what you're doing, it's not helping. It's not helping at all. Yes, I can convert to veganism at any time, but at this point, you just make it look like You just make it look like it's something to be afraid of. Like you're not doing it right. You're doing it wrong. And now recently I found out that you've basically told Tommy in it, a 16-year-old YouTuber, to just whip his thing out in front of all those college girls. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, do you even realize what you're saying? Have you even done your research to say the right things? Have you even said anything at this point? Tommy in it is 16, and you just have been ignoring that, saying, I wonder if he's vegan. Well, obviously Tommy in it says he just doesn't like vegetarians. I know it's not the same thing as vegans, but he just doesn't like them. Okay, he just kind of just despises them, which is okay if he wants to. Okay, in this world, it's about partnership, working together. What if like carnivores and vegans and omnivores, they all work together, and then they just don't complain about their diets? I mean, if there are enough vegans in the world that animals will be saved, then I'm sure that there will be enough vegans in the world that just not vegans, carnivores, that there are enough carnivores that will keep the balance of the world. The world is balanced, okay? The world is balanced, and that's what we need. But we don't need you to shift that balance. If the world is balanced, then no catastrophe will hit, okay? The environment will overflow, okay? What we do is natural and is a part of life. This is what God intended for us to do. He intended for us to find our way through the world. He intended for us to find our way through anything. He intended for us to find our way. And what you've been doing is spreading false lies, saying that humans were born vegan. Well, let me give you a heads up. That's not true, okay? Yes, there are a couple of hunters, headhunters, who will just hunt animals for food. Back then, in the past, humans do what they want. And I'm not going to stop them. I'm not going to stop them. Unlike you trying to just make things bad. You're just so bad in so many ways that you just think that you're the savior of the universe, but you're not. You think that you're the center of the universe, but you're not. You think you think you're above it all, but you're not. Okay? No human is above anything. You just always you always think what you're doing is a part of the cost, but it isn't. Stopping your dog from eating the one thing that their canine breed can, actually consume and actually need for their systems. You think that will solve anything? No, it won't. I mean, canines are born to hunt. Canines are born to just eat whatever. They eat whatever they please, and they enjoy it. You don't see a wolf just walk up to a bush and just eat berries. No, that's not what wolves do. All right? They hunt for their young, so the world can live, so they can live. You're making it sound like it's a huge problem for us to eat meat. Yes, I feel bad for the animals, but making TikToks and spreading the message won't do you any good. Good. We know what they're doing to our food. We just don't care because we're hungry. Okay? We're hungry. Listen, Katie, you're just a bad person. That's all. That's all I have to say for you. You're the worst person in the entire world. You're just someone that just thinks that they're above anything, and you just don't believe in what the people believes in. And if you do, then no one would have thought of you as completely selfish. But no, you act completely selfish by trying to convert people into your beliefs. When I saw that TikTok of you saying eating animals is wrong, McDonald's, I laughed. I laughed a little bit because the video followed after it. It was just you being hypocritical. It was completely funny. I didn't think any much of it. But then these situations keep getting out of hand. They just keep getting out of hand. Fun fact: back then in the day, McDonald's didn't use real meat. They just used producted ones, I think. If that's not wrong, then bite me. You're just overreacting. This is probably some childhood trauma that you experienced in the past, and you probably think it's okay to just bash people for not eating the same thing as you. you're just the worst person in the entire world. That you think that you just know anything, but you just don't. Okay? Like, I don't know what type of things you experienced in the past that makes you think that it was okay to just, just make fun of people for not being vegan. I don't know what childhood experiences you probably experienced, but I'm sure it was a childhood trauma that made you realize that eating meat is wrong. Because no one would go this large amount of, this is like a villain origin story. You're acting like Darth Vegan from Johnny Test. If you don't know who that is, and I suggest you look that up. Darth Vegan from Johnny Test. And I watched Johnny Test. That was a good show. So basically what I'm saying is that you're acting a lot like Darth Vegan. And if I'm sure, secretly he wanted to convert the world into veganism. He wants to get rid of all the meat. He wants everyone to pay because they're not, vegan like him. He leaves vegans alone. You're acting like him, okay? You're acting like the villain of the story. And I know you say you cry a lot, but let me see you actually crying. That would be the most satisfying. I would actually want to see that vegan teacher. Okay, so let me actually see you cry as proof that you're actually upset about this, because you don't cry on camera. So I'm starting to think you're just not that. I'm starting to think that you're actually acting fake. But even if you are acting fake, what you're doing is just not right. You have to leave everyone alone. You have to leave carnivores alone. You have to leave celebrities alone. You have to leave everybody alone. You can't just go around saying what you want just because no one's the same thing as you. You have to shut up about that. You have to shut up about who needs to eat right things, who needs to eat wrong things. People can eat what they eat. It's called the survival of our planet, and that's what we're going to count on. If there's nothing left, like think about this. The radiation hits, there's nothing left. No plants in sight. No trees that can give us breath. At that point, we would be unable to breathe. We would all be unable to breathe because radiation hit. And the only thing we can actually eat at that point is meat. Would you refuse? Would you refuse to eat an animal because of a zombie apocalypse or something? Would you refuse at that point? Didn't think so. So I guess my final thoughts is, my final thoughts is just no one ever follows you because you're a freaking oh my God, you're a chooch, and that's all you are. You're just a freaking chooch. And I don't mean to use that word, but still, you do unethical things. You do unethical things just to get attention. You want attention so people can just realize what you think they're doing is wrong. It's not wrong to be surviving. It's not wrong to survive on this planet. It's not wrong to survive. Vegan phobic. There's no such thing. I do not hate vegans. I just hate you. Well, I have to be done making the video. Thanks for the video idea. Thanks for the video idea, vegan teacher. I hope you're happy with this video that I summed up. I hope you realize that not everything can be helped, and that your childhood dream is forever gone. Now I'm about to log off. Oh, and one more thing, Katie. One more thing, Katie. Stay out of carnivores' businesses. And omnivores. Stay out of their business. What they do is your business. I love animals. I do. I love it when a cow laughs. I love it when a chicken dances. I love it. I love it all. But that's just me, all right? I love animals, but I also love eating meat. So let me just leave you with the thoughts in your head, as you're probably going to make a video on this, because you make a video on everything, replying to people, just replying to everything that they do, as if you're not going to get away, as if you're going to get away with it, but instead you don't. Okay, I gotta go. Thank you, Katie, for the video for the video idea. You vegan Hitler.